That dress costs less than valet parking, sweetheart. Security should remove her.
Then why does it carry my dead mother's forbidden signature?
Amara Bennett had borrowed the invitation, the earrings, and the courage. The only thing that truly belonged to her was the pale blue dress she bought from a forgotten estate sale for $18. At the Empire City Heritage Gala, that was enough to make every rich woman smile like she had arrived already defeated. She came because the gala was honoring the late designer Han Soo-yeon, the woman whose work Amara had studied in old-fashioned archives while repairing torn wedding gowns in a basement laundry. Amara wanted one glimpse of the exhibition. She wanted proof that beauty could survive cruelty. Instead, Vanessa Reed lifted a champagne glass, looked at the faded hem, and made the entire ballroom laugh. Then Park Min-Joon, the Korean billionaire who owned half the skyline, stopped beside Amara as if the music had vanished. He did not look at her face first. He looked at the tiny silver crane near her left hip, stitched beside 3 crimson dots. His expression changed from boredom to grief so fast that Amara forgot how to breathe. If you believe one quiet person can change an entire room, stay with this story. Subscribe now, because what Amara is about to discover will break a billionaire's heart and rebuild her own. Vanessa tried to pull the dress away, accusing Amara of wearing a fake. Min-Joon caught Vanessa's wrist before the champagne could spill. The room went silent. He asked where Amara got the dress. She told him the truth, a dead woman's trunk, a handwritten tag, and a price nobody respected. Min-Joon whispered that his mother never signed public pieces with the silver crane. She used it only when she was hiding something important. Amara wanted to leave, but the look in his eyes was not judgment. It was recognition. It was fear. Before he could ask another question, a gray-haired seamstress in the crowd dropped her glass. Madame Choi Eun-suk stared at the dress as if she had seen a ghost. She said one sentence that turned the gala into a crime scene: that dress was buried with the truth. Security rushed forward, not to protect Amara, but to remove her. Richard Vale, the chairman funding the exhibition, smiled too calmly and called the dress stolen property. Min-Joon stepped in front of Amara. For the first time all night, someone rich chose to stand between her and humiliation. Amara should have trusted him. Instead, she had spent a lifetime learning that powerful men only protected what they wanted to own. When Min-Joon offered to take her somewhere safe, she refused. But as she turned away, someone cut the power. In the sudden darkness, a hand yanked at the hem of her dress and tore open the lining. When the emergency lights came back, the silver crane was gone. Grace Okafor, Amara's best friend and the gala photographer, had captured everything. In one photo, Vanessa was not reaching for Amara. She was reaching for the crane. In another, Richard Vale was watching the attack before it happened, his lips forming a warning to someone off camera. Amara wanted police. Min-Joon wanted answers. Madame Choi wanted them both to run. If this mystery already has your heart racing, don't leave before the truth opens. Like the video and tell me, would you trust the billionaire who recognized your dress, or run from him? Min-Joon took Amara to his mother's sealed atelier above the old Hanseong fashion house. Dust covered the mirrors. White muslin hung like ghosts. On the cutting table lay an unfinished sketch of the exact dress Amara was wearing, except the sketch had a note beneath it, for Myra's daughter, when she is ready to be seen. Amara froze. Mira was her mother's name. Madame Choi confessed that Han Soo-yeon and Amara Bennett had built the original couture house together. Soo-yeon had the fame. Mira had the technique. The silver crane with 3 crimson dots was not a signature. It was a witness mark, sewn into garments that contained proof of ownership, theft, or danger. Richard Vale had stolen the company, ruined Myra's reputation, and let the world believe Soo-yeon died in a studio accident. Min-Joon had grown up thinking his mother was fragile, careless, and gone because she chose work over family. Now he learned the woman he mourned had been murdered for protecting Amara's mother. And the dress was not cheap. It was the last legal map to everything Vale had stolen. Inside the torn lining, Amara found a strip of silk embroidered with numbers. Grace traced them to a vault beneath the gala museum. Min-Joon held the strip like it was a pulse. He apologized to Amara, not with polished billionaire words, but with a broken confession. He had spent years buying buildings because he could not buy back the one room where his mother vanished. Amara saw the boy inside the powerful man. She touched his hand. Neither of them moved away. But Vanessa was already outside the atelier, listening. By morning, headlines called Amara a fraud. Vale Couture released a statement claiming she had forged the dress to seduce Min-Joon. Vanessa posted the gala video with Amara's humiliation cut in slow motion. The world laughed at her all over again, only louder. Min-Joon offered lawyers, money, security, even a private jet out of the city. Amara refused everything except the truth. She had hidden behind quiet survival too long. If her mother had been erased, Amara would not disappear with her. At the museum vault, the silver crane became the key. Behind a false wall, they found reels of film, contracts signed by Amara Bennett, and a letter from Han Soo-yeon to her son. The letter said, "If you meet the woman wearing the blue dress, protect her. She is the daughter of the friend I failed." Min-Joon read the words once, then again, and his face shattered. Amara did not comfort him because she pitied him. She held him because grief recognized grief. In that cold vault, surrounded by proof of betrayal, their almost love became something neither of them could pretend away. Stay until the final reveal, because the person who owns the dress is not the person everyone thinks. Comment blue dress if you want Amara to walk into that boardroom and take back her name. Vale struck first. He had Min-Joon removed from the Hanseong board for conflict of interest, then invited Amara to settle quietly. He offered her $10 million and a signed apology that blamed Vanessa. All she had to do was surrender the dress. Amara asked one question: "Why are you still afraid of fabric?" Vale's smile died. That night, Vanessa came to Amara's apartment, soaked from the rain and shaking. She admitted Vale had promised to make her the face of the couture house if she destroyed Amara. But Vanessa had seen the vault letter. She had seen Soo-yeon's final video. And there was one more secret. Han Soo-yeon did not die in the fire. Amara, Min-Joon, and Grace followed Vanessa to a private hospital outside the city. In room 707, an older Korean woman sat by the window, her hands scarred, her memory damaged, but her eyes alive. When Min-Joon whispered "Mother," she turned. For 19 years, Vale had kept her hidden under another name because her testimony could destroy him. Soo-yeon did not recognize the billionaire in the suit. She recognized the blue dress. With trembling fingers, she opened the inner seam Vanessa had failed to find. There was a second crane, stitched in gold thread directly over Amara's heart. Beneath it was a final document. Amara Bennett had left her entire share of the company to her daughter, and Han Soo-yeon had witnessed it. Amara was not a charity case. She was not a thief. She was the rightful owner of half the fashion empire that mocked her. At the emergency board meeting, Vale called her a nobody. Amara walked in wearing the blue dress, the repaired crane gleaming beneath the lights. Min-Joon walked beside her, not in front of her. Soo-yeon entered last, fragile but unbroken, and the room fell to its knees without moving. Grace played the film. Soo-yeon testified. Vanessa handed over the recording that proved Vale ordered the attack at the gala. Every laugh that had followed Amara became evidence. Every insult became a nail in Vale's empire. When the vote ended, Vale lost the company, the museum wing, and the family name he had stolen. Police let him out past the same cameras he once used to shame Amara. Weeks later, Amara reopened the atelier with two names on the door, Bennett and Han. She offered Vanessa a second chance far from the spotlight. She gave Madame Choi the first chair in the workroom. She placed her mother's photo beside Soo-yeon's, where both women could finally be seen. Min-Joon found Amara on the rooftop after the opening. He said he had spent his life mistaking control for love. She said she had spent hers mistaking loneliness for safety. Then he asked permission before touching her face, and that made her smile before his kiss ever did. The city glittered below them. The blue dress moved in the wind, no longer proof of pain, but proof that love, truth, and dignity can survive being buried. And when Min-Joon asked what she wanted next, Amara looked at the skyline and said, "A future no one gets to steal." Thanks for watching Empire City Romance Stories. If this story moved you, subscribe for more emotional billionaire romance dramas, and tell us in the comments, which moment made you believe Amara had already won.